It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Chargers. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 with a run. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that, Burger?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Running on first down, Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now Eckler. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second down.
Now it's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 1.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
On 1st and 10, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Gets by him at the 25. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Caught by Allen. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early. A definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And You see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make this a second down. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He's going to keep this again. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third and 11, and some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And that sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, it lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
Sanders' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Austin Ekeler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. Now, looky there. He's getting close to 1,000. I'm sure he knows where he stands. I bet if the offensive line didn't know, he made sure they knew. I'm closing in, guys. Final week of the season.
You know who really informed the offensive line? The offensive line coach.
Okay.
Because it's a big deal for his unit as well to be able to say, hey, we escorted guys to 1,000 yards or more in a season, just like blocking for a 3,000-yard or 4,000-yard passer. So it's a lot of pride on the line, and his pride is paramount because he wants to be able to join that pantheon of guys that in the NFL ran for 1,000 yards or more in a season.
Pride on the line. I see what you did there.
You like that?
Charger football to start quarter number 2. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Ekeler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, here's Ekeler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Throw left side, take it in by McKinney. Fighting through, and he's got space. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
A handoff, it's Ekeler.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Option play, and they'll give to Ekeler.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Eckler, they run left side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Lambo will put this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Gaskin. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. He'll look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Gets around him. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Chargers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Herbert now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know all their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play.
Let's go!
The Charger drive about to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Herbert throwing the out route incomplete. It's Allen, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 50, here's Herbert. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert. And he's going to go down again. Jalen Phillips dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Stefon Diggs, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And that one all tied against the visiting Steelers. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. And meanwhile, for the Chargers, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. They'll go option on second down, right side. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. He'll drop to throw.
And that, nearly picked off. But would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. This is Gaskin on the carry, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Off the option, here's Gaskin, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Joey Bosa, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
On the return, Deontay Harris. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Miami set to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Second and 12. They'll set up to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on first down. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. On play action, they'll throw. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
They'll run now with Gaskin. Oh, good move. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the option. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smacked dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
On second down, Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Draw play. It's Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Second and 11.
Here's Herbert. This one into the hands of Burton. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
He's got McKinney complete to his tight end.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Herbert. He's got Burton here. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. It's Eckler again. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt. Certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. Now it's Herbert. They'll run the screen with Mack. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Lambo on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Off the option, here's Gaskin. And he's got this down to the 35.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Gaskin. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Now Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. A solid stiff arm. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. It is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now it's Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game.